Hi everyone, welcome to Roshchem summary videos. In this video, I'm summarizing the lesson aqueous solutions. So we will learn about different units of concentration. The first, the mass of solute per volume of the solution. So I can express the concentration in grams per liter or milligrams per liter, and there are different types of concentration units based on mass. So I can say concentration equals to mass over the volume. So I can use the equation here, concentration equals to the mass over the volume. So depending on the unit of mass and the volume, the unit of concentration will vary. So if the mass is expressed in grams and volume is expressed in liters, the concentration will be grams per liters. If the mass is in milligrams, volume is in liters, then it will be milligrams per liter. So like that, depending on the unit of mass and the volume, the concentrations unit will vary. So we look at this question. 12 grams of sodium hydroxide was dissolved in water to make a 500 ml solution. What is the concentration of solution in grams per liter? Okay, so I want to make grams per liters, which means grams divided by liters. So grams of what? It has to be the grams of the solute divided by liters of what? It is the liters of the solution. Okay, so now according to the question, you can see you have 12 grams of sodium hydroxide dissolved in 500 ml. So concentration equals to then grams of solute, it's 12 grams. But always on top, it is the solute, right? Mass of the solute here, divided by the volume of the solution, but it's grams per liter. So I should convert the mLs to liters. So I divide by 1000. It's then 0.5 liters. So then I get 24. So grams divided by liter. So I can say grams per liter like this, or else I can say 24 GL minus 1 grams per liter. So that's how we convert the concentration. That's how we convert the grams to a concentration unit using C equals to mass over volume. Okay, we will go to the next type of concentration unit. Okay, the next one is parts per million and parts per billion, which is also known as ppm and ppb. So parts per million is if you have 1 million parts of the solution, how many parts of the solute is there? If it is parts per billion, which means if you have 1 billion part of the solution, then how many parts of the solute you can find there? Okay, we'll look at this question. In an analysis of contaminated water, it was found that 5 liters of contaminated water contains 10 grams of copper ions. So it's asking in part A, what is the concentration of copper ions in ppm? And in B, what is the concentration of copper in ppb? So if you look at the question, so I have taken 5 liters of water, wastewater, and now I found 10 grams of copper ions. So I have to express the concentration of copper ions in two different ways, in ppm and in ppb. Okay, so first we will see how to convert into ppm. Okay, so 10 grams of copper ions. So copper ions is my solute, so I have 10 grams. So my solute is expressed in grams, therefore my solution also should be in grams. So that's why here I convert 5 liters into grams. So I know 5 liters of water means 5000 mLs. So 5000 ml of water means 5000 grams, assuming the density of water is 1, right? So therefore it's 5000 grams. So now I can say 5000 grams of water, which is same as 5 liters, contains 10 grams of copper ions. Therefore, now it's asking parts per million. So parts per million means you should have 1 million grams of water. So that's why I said 1 times into the power of 6, which is 1 million grams of water contains how much? So how do you find it then? 10 divided by 5000, because in 5000 grams I have 10. So 10 divided by 5000 will give you how much of copper is present in 1 gram of water. Then you multiply it by 1 million to find the ppm. So I get then this many ppm. So how do you do then ppb? The same method you can follow. So I know 5 liters means 5,000 grams of water. So 5,000 grams of water contains 10 to the power 10 grams of copper. Therefore, now it's parts per billion. So it is then 10 to the power of 9 grams of water. So if you have 10 to the power 9 grams of water, what will be the amount of copper? So it's 10 divided by 5,000 multiplied by 10 to the power of 9. So it's then this many ppb. Okay, so we will go to the next concentration unit. So which is using moles now. So C equals to moles over volume. So this is called the molar concentration, or else we also use molarity. So when I express the concentration in moles per liter, I say it is the molarity. So moles per liter or capital M. Capital M represent molar, they are the same. Okay, so in this one I use C equals to concentration equals to moles over volume. So this moles is the moles of the solute divided by the volume of the solution. Okay, we look at the question here. 12 grams of sodium hydroxide was dissolved in water to make 500 ml solution. What is the concentration of solution in moles per liter now? So now you want the concentration in what? Moles per liter. So moles per liter means what? So I need to know then if I'm using moles per liter, I should know how many moles of what? Moles of solute. So always on top you should have the solute divided by the liters. So liters of solution. So how do I find the moles of solute? What I have is 12 grams. So convert 12 grams into moles. Moles equals to what? Mass over molar mass. So 12 grams divided by molar mass of sodium hydroxide is 40. So you get then 0.3 moles of sodium hydroxide. So now I can use concentration equals to moles over volume. So moles of solute is what? Now you found it's 0.3 moles. And then divide by the volume. So volume should be in liters, right? Therefore, you divide by 0.5 liters, then you get 0.6. So moles divided by liters means moles per liter, or else I can say it's molar. So moles per liter is same as molar, which is also called the molarity. So you can see here, the molarity of a solution is the number of moles of solute per liter of solution. So molarity is same as moles per liters. Okay, we can also express the concentration as a percentage. So we will go through these three equations. So first one, concentration in percentage, W to W, so which is also called weight to weight percent. So when I say weight to weight percent, it is the mass of solute in grams, right, divided by mass of solution also in grams times by 100. So this is how you find the concentration in weight to weight. So you need to have the mass units here, mass of solute. Solute has to be in mass, it is the mass of the solute in grams divided by the mass of solution also in grams. Then because the percentage, I multiplied by 100. Then concentration, next one, percentage weight to W over V means weight to volume now. So in that case, it's the mass of solute in grams, but it's V here. Therefore, it's a volume of solution in ml. So grams and, you can see grams and mLs, they are going together, times by 100. So that will give you the percentage W to V. The other one is percentage V to V. So V to V is volume to volume. So in that case, both your solute and solution is expressed in volume units. So volume of solute in mLs divided by volume of solution in mLs times by 100. Okay, that will give you the percentage V to V. Okay, we'll look at this question. A 200 ml of glass of wine contains 10 ml of ethanol. The concentration V to V percent of ethanol in wine is. Okay, so in this one, first you understand what is your solute, what is your solution. So you have 200 ml glass of wine, that's your solution, contains, what is the solute now? 10 ml of ethanol. So you want to find percentage V to V. Therefore, the solute divided by the solution, your solute is 10 ml of ethanol divided by 200 times by 100 to make it a percentage. So you get then 5%. Okay, so how do we do a dilution question? For dilutions, we use C1V1 equals to C2V2. Okay, we'll look at this question. 50 ml of 5 molar solution of sodium hydroxide needs to be diluted to 0.5 molar. So dilution means what? So you have a concentrated solution. By adding water, you drop the concentration. So that's called a dilution. So now you have 5 molar solution. Its volume is 50 ml. And I want to dilute that to 0.5 molar. The volume of water that must be added to the original solution is, okay, so because it's a dilution, I use C1V1 equals to C2V2. So here 1 represent the original, 2 represent after the dilution. So this is undiluted, this is after the dilution. So before dilution, original concentration is 5 molar. Its volume is 50 ml. So in this equation, I can use volume means mLs or liters, it doesn't matter, but same, you need both sides. So 50 ml here. And then after the dilution, you want to make the concentration 0.5. So this is C2. So I can first find V2. So V2 is what? After the dilution, what is the volume? So now when you calculate, you will get V2 equals to 500 ml because this was 50 ml. So now you will get V2 in ml. Right? But V2 is not the water. It's asking to calculate the amount of water that you added. V2 is what? You had 50 ml solution. Now you add some water. After that, your final solution is 500 ml. Then how much of water you added? So final volume is 500. Initially you had 50 ml. Therefore, water is 450 ml. So you have added 450 ml of water. So this is how we do a dilution question. So remember to use C1V1 equals to C2V2. Okay, so that's the end of this video. So now it's time to do questions. You can find questions and summary notes on RushChem 1 and 2 study guide on pages 87 to 91. So thanks for watching my videos. If you need any further information, you can visit our website www.rushchem.com. I will see you in another video. Bye.